Meet Yannis, a second-generation pilot and owner and founder of Esmont, one of the world's best and rarest sunglass brands, with each frame being inspired by aircraft. Today, I jumped in his plane and we took to the skies to really test out what makes a great pair of Aviator sunglasses. Prepare to learn everything you need to know about aviators, from the lenses to the frames, featuring some of the best examples money can buy. So hi, I'm Robert, Style and Vision Consultant at the Spectacle Factory, and now pilot, and it's my job to pair you with your perfect pair of glasses or sunglasses. So between me and Yannis, here's your guide to buying Aviator sunglasses for 2026. Now for this flight, I was wearing the Esmont Hawker Hurricane, inspired by the famous Hurricane aircraft and customized with my favorite magma orange and sapphire flash combination. This transforms the world, improving contrast, visibility, and clarity. And these sunglasses fitted with these custom Zeiss lenses were a perfect companion in the sky. But now it was time to land the plane and show you some of the rest of the world's best aviators. The Aviator is probably the most iconic sunglass of all time. And in 2025, there are more Aviator styles than ever before. Which are the best? Well, in this video, me and Yannis are going to help you decide. We're going to be looking at some of the world's best Aviator frames from a number of different brands and explaining what goes into making an Aviator perfect. Today I had a lot of fun with Yannis and I got a bit of an insight into what it's like to actually be in the cockpit.
Yeah, we got a really good day today. And you were a very good autopilot. I didn't have to fly the way back.
I'll take that. Let's start with, I think, a kind of controversial topic, something that's really crucial as a pilot is being able to see your instruments.
Yeah.
This is a pair from Maui Jim, the Kahana. It features polarized lenses, something that you don't want as a pilot. Do you want to explain why?
Usually now on modern days, when you have digital cockpits and you have an iPad in front of you, any kind of monitor goes black completely. And that can interfere with you being able to read your basic instruments. So you really want to avoid this, and most of the modern airliners anyway, on the windows they have polarization filters, so the pilots actually, when they look outside, it is already polarized, but inside the cockpit they don't allow you to wear polarized glasses. And even on most of the modern cars it's the same thing. Sometimes if you're in a beach, it's a great thing to have it, it's a great technology, but it has its disadvantages, so you have to pick when you want to use it.
I totally agree with you. I think these are a great pair of sunglasses for the beach, for casual wear, but not so good for driving, maybe not for flying a plane.
Yeah.
Having said that, the frames are well made. I think Maui Jim have taken a step up in build quality when it comes to the frames. I like this model. I think it looks quite stylish, kind of understated. I don't think they feel like a luxury sunglass, but I think they feel like a very good pair of sunglasses.
It's a great pair of sunglasses. Sometimes you don't need to show too much to be considered a luxury, you know, it can be understated, and I think this pair has it.
So let's compare that against what is definitely a true luxury brand.
Yeah.
This is one of my own pairs of sunglasses, Jacquemus Mage, the Flynn. And Jacquemus Mage has just exploded in popularity in the last couple of years, hasn't it? This is a unique take on an Aviator actually. The shape is quite unusual. The silver color screams luxury really.
Yeah, it's a good size, it has a good thickness on the side as well. It's quite light as well.
Very lightweight, very comfortable to wear actually. Not 10 out of 10 for comfort, it does pinch a little bit, but I can wear these most of the day. But the main thing about these is the lenses that we installed. These have Zeiss Adaptive Sun Light Pro technology. Adaptive Sun we'll get back to, but the Light Pro bit means that these are semi-polarized, meaning you get the glare reduction, or most of the glare reduction from a polarized lens, but still the ability to view digital displays. Although actually it does depend on how dark the lenses go, because they have adaptive sun technology. The brighter the light, the darker the lens gets.
So the lenses are amazing. And if it's dark now, even outside, but I would wear this during the night time as well.
Easily, and that's the beauty of it. You're wearing your sunglasses, you're out in the sun, you then head into a store or a bar, and you can still see without having to take off your sunglasses.
If you have a good pair of lenses, it really elevates your entire look. You feel more luxurious, you feel everything is elevated, it really lifts you up. Pairing the right lenses for the glasses, I think, is imperative. And this is a really nice, I would like it actually, these lenses are one of mine.
I was really happy with how these came out, and they've been one of my go-to sunglasses in 2025. Having said that, Jacquemus Mage is now, I would say, a mainstream eyewear brand.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
They're everywhere. They're very successful. They seem to be, everyone is wearing it, and it kind of lost this luxury appeal to me because luxury is not supposed to be everywhere.
I can't tell you how many inquiries we've had from JMM owners this year to have custom lenses installed. That's a good thing. We're upgrading these sunglasses, but it just tells you how much of this product is out there. And it's supposed to be like a limited edition series. Like each frame is numbered, but they keep bringing out slightly different colorways of each model or new models that are just slightly different than the old models. And then calling them a new thing and issuing 300, 400, 500 more pairs. I think a lot of JMM owners are getting a bit annoyed by that practice.
If you spend that type of money and they tell you it's a limited run, either it needs to be limited run or not be a limited run, and then just say this is not limited, you know. There are other many great sunglasses brands that don't do limited editions and they're still luxury. You don't need to put a number on it.
I don't want to hate on them too much. I love these sunglasses. I think they're great quality. I don't have any issues with mine, although we did post a poll on our YouTube channel and 75% of viewers think that JMM quality's gone down. So Jacqueline Marge frames are all made in Japan, but it's a brand from LA. This is a truly Japanese brand, Masunaga.
Masunaga.
I think the best quality eyewear brand in the world.
This one is a bit smaller, but it's really nice. It sits very well on the face.
Looks so classy on you.
Yeah, it's definitely a classic frame. I prefer a little bit oversized glasses.
Okay.
But the quality on this is great. Yeah, really nice finish with the patina. I love it.
The general rule of thumb with aviators is to wear them larger, to wear them oversized. That makes this quite different because it's worn undersized, but I honestly think it looks great on you. But does it give you enough visibility for flying?
I think it does, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, it would be nicer if it's bigger, but my preference is to have bigger glasses just because I like it personally.
Because when we're in the sky, we always have to keep an eye out for traffic, right? And literally 180 degrees, you're checking for planes. And the same is true when you drive, you've got to keep checking your wing mirrors. So that peripheral vision is really crucial, I think, when it comes to sunglasses. And one of the reasons that aviators became popular is because they cover the entire field of view.
Yeah.
So that is on the smaller side, but you still feel like it gives enough peripheral vision.
If it was like a few millimeters bigger, I think it would be better, but this is good enough for me. I
do like how the side shield helps with blocking out a bit more light.
Yeah.
And it also speaks to the quality of Masunaga. You know, you've got a handmade titanium frame, finished with a handmade acetate inlay. In my opinion, the best quality pair of sunglasses you could buy.
Well, I don't know about that, but because there is a lot of good brands that make good quality glasses. Craftsmanship is one thing, quality is another thing, and then quality control is again another thing, you know, that has to go through many layers. But they're definitely one of the best, yeah.
Certainly the oldest and most historic Japanese eyewear brand.
They are.
The newest brand on this list is Brett. I reviewed these earlier in this year and I was so impressed. This is from a limited edition series, partnership with Donkervoort, a Dutch tuning company for cars. Carbon fiber front, solid carbon fiber with titanium temples.
Wow, I love it. How do I look?
It's a nice pair.
You've made the lenses?
No, this is stock. So this has a green lens, which, if you know the story, G15, that green color of lens, was actually invented for military aircraft pilots.
Okay.
Because it gives the best balance of contrast and clarity with color perception. And you were telling me today how color perception is important when you're flying.
Absolutely. You don't want to change the reality too much sometimes. It is really up to like what you want to achieve. But sometimes you don't want to change too much what you see outside. It looks really nice on you.
And that's the reason why still a lot of people prefer G15 color lenses, because of that neutral perception that you get. And it's something I would always look for. Rather than gray, get green. The combination of carbon fiber and titanium, I think this is really original. Feels great to wear.
They do have very good branding, you know, to sit together well with their brand, what they design. I think it looks really good.
The packaging's awesome as well. But not quite as good as your packaging.
It's different, so ours is more aviation inspired, it's more unique. It's something that you keep.
I think that's pretty special. I think Esmont has the best eyewear packaging, personally.
Yeah.
With the leather case and then the leather, what would we call this? Leather case.
Yeah, the
leather case inside the leather presentation box.
Yes, correct.
And I love how you get a piece of the aircraft as well, as a little memento.
Yeah, on some of the models, only on 2 of the models we have limited edition, because otherwise it becomes a gimmick, but for something special like the Hawker Hurricane, it's nice that you get a piece of the fragment that flew actually in the Second World War.
But I wore this for flying today.
I'm amazed with the lenses, to be honest. I really want to do this as well.
So this is another customized pair. This is my own pair of sunglasses, which I wear for daily driving. So literally every time I'm behind the wheel, I'm wearing these, regardless of the weather conditions. They're really actually extremely good for low light situations, rainy days, overcast days, which in the UK is more often than not. But then they also work in the sun. When the sun does come from behind the clouds, they've got enough protection for that. And that's thanks to the sapphire flash. So there's a flash coating on the front of these sunglasses, and that reflects sunlight away from the eyes, because the orange tint by itself would not be enough to actually give good sun protection. So this, I think, works perfectly for daily driving. And in the clouds,
in the clouds, you would be able to see much better. I also want to test them when I make my own pair for the skiing trip this year, because it actually mimics the skiing masks. You know, most of the skiing masks, they're like similar color. They could be a really good pair for skiing as well.
The visibility with the Magma Orange is just insane. And you heard how many times I said wow when I was just in awe of the scenery.
Yeah, these glasses, because they're wider and bigger as well, like you do have more protection here. It does make a difference, you know. You feel like everything, it protects you more. But these lenses are like, wow.
It protects you more, and you can see in 180 degrees in either direction without having to turn. You know, you can just look with your eyes and see through the lens, which I think is important. Again, we've got an acetate side shield. I like that aesthetically, but it also just provides a little bit more protection. You actually used a much wider titanium rim than you see on something like Masanaga, which makes them much more expensive to produce, right?
It's more expensive. Also, the shield here is more exaggerated. It's just like design aesthetic as well. So I like to have a substantial frame, you know, so I don't like to design and have this most thin titanium rim ever, because it doesn't feel luxurious, it doesn't feel solid. I want the glasses to be able to last a lifetime. So if you see in most of our models, most of the titanium is actually quite thick.
It means that they're not the lightest.
They're not the lightest.
They're very solid on the face. They would never go anywhere. Also, what about with a headset?
Well, these ones, they have a 2mm rod on the side, even so I didn't want to compromise on that. So it does give you a quite good fit. So when you put on the headsets here, you don't lose the noise cancellation, and it's really good if you wear a helmet as well. So even if you go for skiing and you put on the helmet, it doesn't press here too much, because it gives you that soft flex here on the 2mm rod that you have on the temple too.
These are really good for people who might be, for example, on a motorcycle, might be wearing a helmet.
Or people with larger head, you know, because sometimes they do have larger head, and sometimes the glasses are not adjusted properly by the optician, and if they're not, then that gives them the extra flexibility to feel comfortable throughout the day.
I love my pair. With the stock lenses, they make great sunglasses, but obviously I use this lens to transform them.
I think you elevated. I'm jealous. I'm going to do one as well.
Thank you. Well, you'll never have number one, because this is number one of how many? Number 1 out of 300. So the last pair I want to talk about is actually the most limited, believe it or not, out of all of these sunglasses. We've had a few limited editions. This is the Walter and Herbert Polesden, and there are actually only 100 pairs of these produced.
No way.
Curious to see what you think. So this is actually made in England.
Is it?
Titanium temples, acetate front, and a titanium bridge.
Okay, wow. I never knew you can even make titanium in the UK. What lenses are these?
I think it's just a grey tint with AR coating on the back.
This polarized.
Is it?
Yeah, it's polarized.
It's polarized as well, okay.
Yeah, it's polarized. Yeah, I can see straight away as soon as you put it on, like, I can see the screens that that's why they're not good for flying or
not good
for driving.
I agree.
Yeah, but they look great.
But with a customized lens, they would be better.
Yeah.
And what I do like about this one is how light it is. I think this is the lightest on the list.
No, it is extremely light. It's definitely the lightest.
There are a couple of details I love on this. I love the Walter and Herbert monogram on the inside of the acetate. That means it's a completely custom acetate. And I also love the engravings on the temple. I think they look really premium.
It's quite nice how they achieved this.
I think that's probably the rarest out of all of these. Like I said, it's the most limited.
On the Aviator world, you have so many frames that they have been done in so many shapes. So it's very difficult to come up with something that hasn't been done before. Each brand puts its own touch, but it all comes down to this classic Aviator shape that the pilots usually wear. Out
of all the sunglasses we've just reviewed, if I had to pick one pair, genuinely, I'm not saying it just because it's you.
It's biased. Now you're next to me. You have
I
to
would
say.
pick. No, honestly, no, I would. Honestly, I've tested so many Aviators, and I can have any Aviators I want. I would go with the Hoka Hurricane. I genuinely love it. You're biased, so you can't pick this one.
Yeah.
Which one are you going with?
I have to say mine, but if I didn't have mine, I think I would pick the Matsunaga.
Really?
Yeah, because
over JMM?
Yes, because this one is just a classic shape, and I do like that, and it's small, and I don't have this in my collection, so I would prefer like a smaller Aviator. Yeah.
Well, the pilot himself has spoken.
Yeah.
You can't really go wrong with any of the frames on this list.
No, you can't. They're all great. Really, each brand does it a little bit different. You have to find the one that speaks to you.